folks, so welcome to the March 2018 Loot Crate unboxing. Loot Crate and I are kind of at that point where, think about some of the friends that you had when you were younger. You're older now. Think back on college, or if you're college age, think back on high school. You look back and you have some friends who've kind of stuck with you, and it's kind of like, why are you still here? Most of us, speaking as an oldster, most of us, we keep a few friends as we go from phase to phase to phase in life, but usually a lot of our friends kind of fall off. Then, of course, you run on Facebook and you find out that they're a fucking alt-right Trump racist, and then you can oh, that's why I was getting away from you. Loot Crate is kind of like that friend. It was like they were really, really cool back in 2013 and 2014, and I'm kind of like, why am I still keeping you around? It's, they're not Trump voting racist, but it's like, I haven't had a good Loot Crate in a long damn time. It's kind of disappointing because, there was a point in time where I was actually doing head-to-head unboxing videos. I would do Loot Crate and I would do Nerd Block, and it was kind of like 50-50. There were some head-to-head unboxings where it was kind of like, which one is the best of the best? There were some that was kind of like, which one's the worst of the worst? So anyway, Loot Crate's kind of getting to that point. It's like, why am I still keeping you around? And I don't know why I'm still keeping it around. They've diversified their line to the point where they have so many sub-boxes out there. I just think that creativity on Loot Crate, at least creative direction, what they're doing, how they're doing it, has really fallen by the wayside because whoever's doing their creative now is spending so much time trying to figure out what new line can we do, what new product can we do. They're really not thinking about what put them on the map in the first place. So two things before we get into this. First and foremost, what are you really looking for here? Why do you do unboxing videos? I'm looking for what I call little moments of joy. That is to say, I'm hoping there's something in here that's going to surprise me, that might give me an oh my god moment. Where it's like, this is awesome, this is cool. The one thing that I will say, and this is, I always try to be at least a little positive. Oh my god, you're so negative. All you do is you bitch in your unboxing videos. Why are you watching? It's like, all you do is bitch in the comments about how I bitch in the unboxing video. It turns into a feedback loop. So I always try to say something positive about each of the companies before I go in. And the one thing that I will give Loot Crate for is they have just upped their game. At this point in time, Loot Crate is the company that I have the longest relationship with. I picked them up in September of 2014, so we're coming on 3.5 years now. And way back then, the button that they put in the box, just the little chintzy button-matic, if you've ever seen Badger-matic buttons, those were, the buttons that they would put in there. But they started, about 2 years ago or so, they started doing some just kick-ass buttons. I didn't always like the theme, I didn't always like the art, but the quality on their buttons, top fucking notch in here. So, it's always kind of nice to see what they're going to do. Again, I don't always like the theme or the franchise or what they're doing, but just to see what they're trying with their buttons, man, that is the one thing that they always do exceptionally well. So we're going to see what we have here first, and I have a t-shirt, and we'll hold off on this until the very end. I'm going to grab, just because I see it here, I have some shipping paper. Oh my god, yes, I see the pin. The pin is top notch, and I'm going to make y'all wait on this for just a little bit, because if anything else, this is going to cause judgment, but you're on the unboxing channel of a dude whose handle is the Subliminal Panda. This may or may not surprise you, but I'm a furry. And I've been a furry before furry was cool. I found furry fandom back in 1994, which is probably longer than some of you have been alive. And I can tell you stories about old fandom way back in the 90s, how we used to get involved with fandom and interact. So I'm approaching this as a furry. And, again, I'm not a huge fan of the franchise, but I know that this particular franchise has a presence in furry. I have a Sonic the Hedgehog, Sonic and Rings adult collectible. Can we see that? There we go. Sonic and Rings adult collectible. Now, as a furry who's been looking at furry art for far, far, far too long, I'm almost afraid to see. I know it's going to be clean, but there's that one little animal part of my brain that's just going like, oh my god, it's going to be porn. Click away, click away. Of course, we know Sonic and the gold rings. Again, I am of a certain age. I remember 1991 when the original Sonic the Hedgehog came out for the Sega Genesis, because I had a Sega Genesis and I loved the Sega Genesis. That was Sega's golden age. I remember playing Sonic the Hedgehog. I remember beating Sonic the Hedgehog. And way back then, I was 19 years old when Sonic came out. That was just like a moment of accomplishment because, man, some of those levels in Sonic were fucking brutal. So there's a little bit of a nostalgic connection to Sonic here. So I'm just kind of putting this together. And our adult collectible is exactly that. It's kind of cool. I may actually take this into work and put this on my bookcase. As soon as I can get the damn rings to fit in place. Maybe I've got one that isn't. Let's see. We may have to work with this. Or maybe... Oh, wait. I see the issue. You get the idea. So we have a little statue of Sonic. And there's Sonic. And here, I love this. They even have kind of like the pixelation of the base. There we go. That's why they're not fitting in there. There's a little notch. And that actually kind of stinks. What would have been like a really cool design thing is if they had put a spin effect on the ring. Because at the end of every level, when Sonic would go through and he would jump through that last ring, kind of the way that Mario would jump on the flagpole, because let's admit it, Sonic was Sega's attempt to like at least rip Mario off, kind of. He would always jump through that last ring and the ring would spin. These unfortunately don't, but that is your collectible. I'm digging it. It's kind of a cool little conversation piece. I can put it up. I'm an IT instructor at a community college, so that's kind of what they expect of me. I'm a 45-year-old man-child. Let's go on to the next thing. So this is a... Okay. Dungeons & Dragons Red Dragon Die Keeper. The most covetous of the true dragons. Really, guys? We're getting into dragon gatekeeping here. The most covetous of the true dragons, red dragons tirelessly seek to increase their treasure hoards. What about the green dragons, man? Come on. Green dragons matter. They are exceptionally vain, even for dragons, and their conceit is reflected in their proud bearing and their disdain for other creatures. So, this is a Loot Crate exclusive, and I suspect the other one is too. Yeah, it's a Loot Crate exclusive. That's the other thing that I'm kind of looking for with a lot of these, is exclusive stuff. Nerd Block, in their final days, before they finally took a shit, they were just pulling stuff off the shelf, man. I can go into a comic shop and pull shit off the shelf if I want it. I'm looking for things that are custom made. And when I say custom made, I'm not even talking about like a recolor or a recast. I'm talking like this is something that someone sat down, someone designed. You can't get this somewhere else. So now that we've got this out, kind of simple. So it almost looks like it's just a Red Dragon miniature that they've decided to repurpose. And of course, in my other chubby finger, I have a 20-sided die, and I guess the idea is kind of like that. Per the packaging, the die fits in here. This might also be something I take into the office. This is kind of cool. I have one bookshelf that's basically just conversation pieces. So far, so good. My God, Loot Crate, you're getting better. What happened? So the next thing we have is from Kid Robot. Oh, it's a keychain. Kid Robot keychain. The Simpsons. 25 years, so I have a sneaking suspicion that this is some old stock. Because, man, 25th anniversary. Wasn't that like 2015? Simpsons came out in January. Okay, so technically Simpsons on an Open Fire was like December of 89. They announced the full series for January of 1990. So I don't know if we're counting 1990 or 1989 as the official. But, 25 years plus either is like 2015, and given the fact that there's a UPC code on the bottom, that tells me that this is some off-the-shelf stuff, and I'm okay with that. We've had 2 good items in here so far. I can let that slide. So we have here, what keychain will you get? So we have a teddy bear, the couch, a Buzz Cola, a squishy, the atomic reactor, Bart's skateboard, Jebediah Springfield's head, and something I can't see. My eyes are getting real bad. Middle age sucks, kids. Wonder Bat. Oh, we got more on the other side too. Look at that. Bowling ball, the three-eyed fish, a donut, Maggie's pacifier, Lisa's saxophone, Bart's slingshot, a hellfish tattoo. So kind of a nice little love letter to the series. I'll give it that. Let's go ahead and see what we've got in here. I don't know if I would necessarily use a Simpsons keychain, but still, even for repackaged stuff, or I guess repurposed, not bad. So let's see what we've got here, and it looks like I've got Bart's skateboard. Maybe, yes. So we got the skateboard. We have the skull picture of Bart on the back. So not bad, not bad. 2 more things we're done. So this is what I was gushing about earlier. This is the pin, and like I said, Loot Crate has really upped their game on the pin. Let's just make sure that there's nothing here code-wise. Perfect. So this, my God, in the 1980s, I lost so much money on Galaga. So much. If I was in a pizza parlor and we were picking up pizza and we had to wait and there was a Galaga machine there, Dad, give me a quarter. Dad, give me a quarter. Dad, give me a quarter. This is just a classic arcade game. It's playable. It's fun. It'll usually kick your ass in about 5 minutes, if not more, if not less. And again, this is just kind of one of those iconic 80s video games. So I'm loving the pin. And again, if you take a look here, this is a really nice job on the enamel. You can kind of see, that there's depth in there. So I'm pleased with everything that I'm seeing so far here. The last thing we have is a T-shirt, and the T-shirt is Back to the Future. And oh my God, this is awesome! Loot Crate, you didn't suck this month. So we have these almost Da Vinci-like sketches of the DeLorean. God, this is a really, 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 really awesome T-shirt. I would in a heartbeat wear this T-shirt. So man, y'all really upped your game. Congratulations. Like I said, a month when a Loot Crate doesn't suck is an awesome month. So let's see what we've got here. The exclusive Back to the Future T-shirt. Steal a page from Doc Brown's notebook with this super detailed tee designed by artist Anthony Petrie. Licensed from NBC Universal, made by Loot Crate. We have the Sonic and Rings adult collectible. Like I said, the only thing that I would say about this that would have been just like an extra added touch is if the rings would spin. The Dungeons and Dragons die holder, again made by Loot Crate. We have the Galaga pin, which, just like I said, this is just nostalgic love right here. And then finally, the Simpsons 25th anniversary keychain, made by Kid Robot. So that's the one thing out of the package that they put in, and I'll let that slide. So there we go, folks. That is your March 2018 Loot Crate unboxing. Excellent job. I have not been this happy with a Loot Crate in a very long damn time. And I'm hoping this is the beginning of something better. So at this point in time, if you want to go ahead and subscribe, please by all means click the subscribe button down here in this corner. If you want to leave some comments, I'm trying to be better on responding to people in comments, both the good and the bad. I admit it, if somebody steps up to me, I'm going to clap back. Beyond that, man, I'm done with the March boxes. We've done Super Geek Box. We've done Geek Fuel over on the guy side. Spreza has already come in for April. Gentleman's Box is here. I'm sorry, Birchbox came in for April. Gentleman's Box, Spreza. So yeah, that's it for March, folks. I guess I will see everybody back in April. So until then, be good to each other, and stay safe out there. And Tim Gooden, man, dude, we're gonna fucking miss you. I wish that you did not end things the way that you did, but I understand why. Take care.